So when we open the patch, we can see in the red is the Granular editor, up to the top left is the replace, so you can load your audio files. Once the audio file's loaded in, you can use your mouse to select a grain or a loop, it's kind of up to you. There's a grain envelope at the top left, that's a slider. Of the minimum values, it'll create like a triangular envelope for the grain, so you don't get any nasty clicks and pops. If you take it all the way to the right, you get a continuous loop, but you will get some zero crossing issues. To the right of the slider, you've got the window amp. So what that is it's basically a duplicate of the buffer that's slightly out of phase. So when you bring that grain envelope all the way to the left and you don't have the zero crossing issues, you can actually bring that window amp up to keep a sustained tone, but with no zero crossing issues. And you can see to the right of the waveform display that there's a start and end dial. So the start one's already been set, but if you play around with the end one, you can get some pretty long loop lengths at its maximum value. You can bring it down to super short grains. There's also automation underneath this button. So the square is record automation. Then if you mess around with the dial, it'll record whatever you're doing as long as you hit that square after. The middle button will then light up to indicate that's playing. And if you want to clear this loop, you can either double press the record or you can just click the clear, which is the rightmost button. So if we move on to the wave-guided filters within the system, you can see here that there's a filter mix. This will determine how much of the granular tone you hear and how much of it is the filtered signal. As I bring this fader up here, you can hear the filter starting to take effect. There's also an on-off switch above each fader to turn the filter straight off or straight on. And as I bring up the second filter here, you can hear the tuning differences. And as I bring up that third one, you can start to hear how textural this synth can get. And this also has envelopes, so you can go up to the top of the GUI, there's the 3 envelopes there. So if I just flip this one into filter mix, you'll see that start bobbing up and down, following along with the envelope. This is really where you can create a lot of textural shifts and a lot of movements within the sound. There's also a reverb. It's pretty cheap, it's pretty nasty, but it gets the job done. So if I just send this to each of the resonant filters, you'll start getting an idea of what I'm on about. So the automation recording that you saw at the Granular editor, that's also been applied to the filter bands on pretty much every variable you've got. So if I just really start messing around with it now, automating the feedbacks, delays of multiple filters, sending the envelope to the window amp and the grain envelope, you can start getting some pretty interesting sounds. And there's also the global delay. This offsets the delay of all the filters by the same amount. Now I'll cut to some shots of this patch just so you can get an idea of how much variation you can get out of specific sounds. And this will be followed by short snippets of just sounds I've collected using the instrument. So thanks for watching, the rest will just be sound bites from here. I hope this video helped to show you what this patch can do and what sounds you can get out of it. If you have any further questions, feel free to email me, and thanks for watching.